Hi, I'm Stephen Martinez, and this is my recommendation report. I'm performing an evaluation study for Texas State University intended for choosing the best method for effectively lowering deer population levels in local cities. Here's my advanced organizer, it's showing on my slides. My introduction. Over the last decade, the deer population in Texas and in many other states, such as Maryland, has risen to the point where action is required to lessen the derogatory effects in deer have in local cities. These effects include property damage, Lyme disease spread, automobile collisions, and just a day-to-day nuisance. According to the Texas Deer Forecast for 2015, there's an estimated 2 million deer in Texas alone, with about 113 deer per 1,000 acres. Yes, there's a positive effect that deer bring with them, and that is the huge economic net revenue of $14 billion that the hunting industry and wildlife watching industry yields annually. However, this does not dismiss the 200 annual deaths that deer bring from car accidents. They also run up about $4 billion in property damage that is not repaid back. As a student at Texas State University and as a citizen of San Marcos, I requested research on the methods that could be helpful to lessening the deer in the area and other faraway locations. I researched statistics on hunting white-tailed deer and how effective it was in population control. Researchers has also found that deer population is increasing in mostly suburban areas in these cities where deer habitats tend to clash directly with human development. Living in Central Texas puts this dilemma in very familiar light. I began research on 3 ways to lessen overpopulation of deer, not just in Central Texas, but also in other states with a similar problem. These methods include hunting, applying deer repellent, and also planting vegetation to fend off deer from communities. I evaluated these methods based on cost and civilian feedback and how humane each effective method actually is. After careful research, it is found that deer repellent and hunting is the best method combination to use because it is most humane, it is cost effective, and has very positive feedback. Here are my methods. I will go through each of them with my results panel. Alright, my first method, task 1, identify areas with the highest deer density. In Texas, the deer population is concentrated in the central, southern, and eastern regions, as can be seen in figure 1, with the highlighted area being mostly dense. Task 2, research damages and other costs of overpopulation in the United States. Apart from 29,000 injuries and 200 deaths from deer in America, every year there has been major property damages from deer in America. Every year, an estimated 1.5 million deer are killed and results in over $1 billion in property damage. Deer also carry ticks that carry Lyme disease. There are over 13,000 cases of Lyme disease reported annually, and increase in densely populated areas. Also, 5 to 10 people are killed annually from aggressive bucks. Indeed, my research hunting methods is in which population can't be controlled. Indeed, deer hunting has been the focal point of North American hunters since Native Americans' teachings and stories. Up until this point, they were hunted for their venison and hide. Now they are hunted for their sport and population control. The best way to quell rising populations is to hunt the female deer and does. It is said that instead of killing males, it is 10 times more effective to kill a female so that she does not become more pregnant and reproduce 3 to 4 deer calves. Hunting also serves as one of the only options of the list that actually has the potential to generate revenue for landowners and communities alike. About $75 to $100 are awarded when harvesting deer during controlled hunts in Texas. This would be the best cost-effective, but this is not a very humane way to deal with the problem, although it has been the case for thousands of years. However, hunting is highly acclaimed in Texas, so its citizen feedback is very positive. My fourth task is to research deer repellent that is cost-effective and effective at the same time. After careful research of what could be more humane to get rid of deer and move them away from communities, I found that deer repellent is a very pleasant option. The best repellent after an experiment done in Pennsylvania is found to be putrescent eggs. And let me show you the data for that, which shows that for every corn not eaten, it shows you the best in doing so, which would be the putrescent eggs. And this is here's another graph to put it more into perspective. So 1 being no egg corn were eaten, 0.5 would be some corn eaten, and 0 being all corn eaten. And it shows you that putrescent eggs has the best number ones, and basically no zeros, so it means every case being the best for putrescent eggs. My 5th task was to research vegetation that could be harmful to deer to repel them from properties damage. And this one is found to be extremely difficult to coordinate in any effective way, because this method only works well when you are defending an individual residence from deer, not whole communities, because it's hard to plant such vegetation on a large scale. And this is my review of my data. After careful review of research, it is clear that there's 2 things that work, but they work in their own separate ways. So in order to maximize effectiveness, it's recommended to use both hunting and putrescent eggs as a repellent to help communities and suburban areas minimize damage done by deer. My conclusion is simple. In conclusion, the best way to deal with the overpopulation of deer in local areas and suburban areas is to use both hunting and deer repellent methods discussed to maximize the effectiveness of a solution. Also, my recommendation is, after careful research, it is recommended to use hunting and deer repellent when needing to cut down deer population in areas of interest. This is the most humane, cost-effective, and yields the best feedback overall. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate all your confidence and attention.